I come from when ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it.
Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Miss how she put up a sunny fire. Bubble in your bubble in it's over. Miss how she raise the temperature higher, higher the temperature higher. Put up a sunny fire. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over.
It's your cocoa love, make the thing catch a fire. It's your cocoa love, raise the temperature higher, heat me up.
Yo, it's room! Naps Paradise Parang. I will be there live Friday the 5th of December. We heading down to Offside Restaurant and Lounge down in the Southland, down in South Park. You don't want to miss this. You're going to get a live performance like no other. I come in and hit all my hits. Naps alumni, big up yourself. It's Rome. I'm going to be there. So make sure and grab your tickets, grab your friends, grab the family. Come down the road and have a nice time. Because it's Christmas.
Aye, 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 yeah. Neighbor, wake up, neighbor.
A very good afternoon once again to one and all as we welcome you here to the Adelbolden Stadium as we get ready for the girls' national quarter-finals intercall, and that is the clash between Five Rivers Secondary and Holy Faith Convent. Holy Faith in their gray and black outfit. They're going to kick off first, and Five Rivers in their bright orange trousers with their black tops and orange trimming. They will be going from right to left on your screen. And again, very, very interesting times for these young ladies as they, of course, try to announce themselves to a national audience. They've done well in their respective zones, but this is a step up for them, and I'm sure they're eagerly looking forward to this. So here we go. The first 40 is off and running, and Holy Faith Convent trying to get to it first, but Five Rivers quickly get it done, and that's good skill shown there early o'clock by Figaro, and not able to go to, rather Goodrich is the one who picks it up early. Holy Faith having some difficulty getting it out of their own half right now. As you could just see the Five Rivers girls just moving a little bit quicker to the ball. They seem to have a very good idea of where they want to go with it. Now this could be interesting here. This is a chance. Immediately saved by the goalkeeper. A great opportunity for Goodrich, but she couldn't get it past Moore in goal. JL Moore coming up with the save. But here comes Five Rivers again. They're relentless at the moment. Started beautifully. Here they come once more. Good opportunity, good football. And Herbert gets it back inside, and they still have possession. Eventually, Holy Faith finally gets it forward, but they still can't get it out of their opponent's half, or even get it into the opponent's half. They can't get it out of their own half. Here we go again. This could be interesting once more. Can she keep it in? Just tries to, but then it eventually is taken away, and Holy Faith under the gun here as Five Rivers have started brilliantly by pressing. They've already carved out one big opportunity that was missed by Goodrich, and I'm sure she would like to get a second bite at the cherry, so to speak. So here is the opportunity now. A little bit behind everybody, but again, first there and doing very well. They have a good understanding where they want to go. Here they come once more. Holy Faith having difficulty keeping it out. And again, they'll get another corner because that's brilliant work again from Herbert. She knows where she wants to go. She has a good eye for the goal. And she almost prized open a chance there. If not for herself, it could easily have run across the face of the goal for one of her teammates. So relentless pressure right now for Five Rivers as they have started beautifully in this half. Another chance, and the heads went up, but nobody could get a touch onto it. Again, Holy Faith having difficulty getting the ball out of the danger zone, and maybe now they can get it over into the opponent's half as referee Hines signals a throw-in to Holy Faith Convent. They have not been able to really get the ball in their opponent's half, and they still haven't been able to do so. The throw-in is an errant one, says the referee, Talia Marie Figaro. The guilty one. Here they come again, another opportunity. I thought she miskicked that one, but she still gets a chance, and now eventually it is taken over the line. So this is relentless from Five Rivers. Holy Faith having a tough time getting the ball out. And you could see that a number of these players, it's like football is new to them in a real way. That's a great ball, and two players queuing up there, and they just couldn't sort it out between them who was going to do what. But when the header came, it was a low header, and it just glanced wide. You could see her rehearsing that header and understanding that she missed a golden opportunity there to give her team the lead in this encounter. What a chance that would have been there for Bowman. But they may still get it back. Still Holy Faith not able to get it into the opponent's half now for the first time in this game, and this is in the 5th minute. They finally get the ball into their opponent's half, and even then it's taken away quite easily. And here they come again. Daniel plays a nice little ball forward there, trying to get it to Goodrich, but it's intercepted, and she gives it right back. Here is Vespri. She plays a lovely ball forward. Holy Faith trying now to see if they could get numbers forward. They cannot. And here's another lovely ball. Goodrich comes back onto her right foot, tries to play it inside, and she was hoping to get it there quickly to Herbert. Now Herbert is going to run it down, and she picks it back. Bowman turns one. goes defensively back, and they're going to keep possession down that right-hand side. Herbert tries to play it across. Low one. Handled initially, but eventually cleared away, but only as far as the end line, or for a throw-in, the sideline, and a throw-in to Five Rivers. Five Rivers have really looked the part here. They've started beautifully, and they're now trying to get it back to her teammate. Still, they keep going forward. They just seem to have that little extra. They're just a little more determined and a little more skillful. Just another good ball in. This could be a chance here. And eventually scored. Well. It took a while, but eventually they get it over the line. And that's goal number 1.
That's another good ball in. This could be a chance here. And eventually it scored. Well,
that's all she wrote. Goodrich getting it done in the 7th minute of play. So Hakima Goodrich, who missed a golden opportunity earlier on, makes amends. And they're not done yet. They're looking for more. Goodrich again veering down, but goalkeeper Moore. There's no respite for Holy Faith. They're under pressure constantly. And they're having real difficulty getting the ball out of midfield. Another throw-in. She's trying to throw it, but she's almost trying to deceive her opponents, but she's constantly giving it away. Huggins doing well again at the back. So this is a big occasion for these young ladies, and quite evident that the levels are very different. As you can see here they come again. Good ball played back here quickly to Daniel. Daniel, though, is robbed of it. That's good from Holy Faith, but doesn't reach very far. Charles is back there, and now they're able to get it up quickly into the danger zone. It goes, and Huggins with initially, but Holy Faith now with a chance to break. Can they get numbers forward? And they're unable to do so. And once again, Five Rivers finding a way to get bodies forward. And they might get a corner kick here. In fact, they will get a corner kick. So it's been a tough afternoon so far for Holy Faith. They have not been able to get numbers forward. So let's see what's going to happen here now. They have good numbers in the box. Can it get there? This could be done. It's a shot almost from out of nothing. A volley there from Danielle. That would have been a spectacular goal if she was able to get it on target, or at least get it down, get it on frame. Because something tells me I don't think Moore would have been able to handle that. As you see, that's big girl football there, big woman football. That was a brilliant volley. Still, they can't get it out of harm's way. So 1 goal separating the two teams, a 7th-minute item from Hakima Goodrich. That's the difference so far. And there she must be bitterly disappointed that she doesn't have a brace to her name already. But so far it's just 1. But that is the difference, and that's important given the general scheme of things. And here she's again trying to keep it in. That's better. Holy Faith Convent again getting the ball in and trying to get away from everyone. There is Cassia. But she's immediately stopped. And here's Daniel with a brilliant ball. Down it goes to Goodrich. Goodrich trying to return the favor. Plays a nice little ball across. And it's eventually won back by Vespri. Vespri plays a ball forward. And it somehow it lands there. And she might still get a bite at the cherry. And in fact, she's going to win it back. Nicely done again. Here's Herbert now trying to get it in there. And coming to claim it is more, much to the delight of her teammates. And this is the beauty of secondary school sport, not just football, but any kind of sport where you're representing your college or university or anything of that nature. And especially secondary schools, it's because you're playing with your classmates or your schoolmates, people who you see in school every day. You pass them in the corridor, and you can chat. You're in lessons together. You're taking the same classes sometimes, whatever it is. But it always is so good because you have familiar faces. Danielle again, good skill, just a little too late, and it seems as if Herbert had gone running into an offside position. In fact, she knew she was offside, and she just kind of gave up on that. Vespri again with a good clearance, and it's going to run now forward. Goodrich, the goal scorer. Here she goes again, trying her best to get in there, but this one is taken away from her by Groden. And now it's a chance, and this one is a bad pass back. It doesn't get to the goalkeeper. This time it's tidied up and tidied up well in the end. Charles was a little bit short with that initial kick. Still going. Now a good ball played in there. Big chase on here for Herbert. She's going to get there first. No, she gives it back. She leaves it rather for her teammate, and then she kind of takes too many touches and doesn't get the ball back to Charles as quickly as she probably needed to on that occasion. This is the Coca-Cola Intercol Girls Quarter-Final encounter. It's the first game of a doubleheader. The second game is a real South Derby. Two of the more established schools in secondary schools football, and they have history, and they obviously have history with and against each other. So, plus a number of the players, they know each other very well. But here it is Cassia. She's going scampering in, trying to get the ball in, but that's easily intercepted. And look at how deep it goes. But quickly, Danielle takes it, and she is upended in the process. Just as she was about, Shaquila Daniel, just as she was looking to gather speed and get away from her marker, she was upended. Shaquila Daniel now. plays this one forward. The goalkeeper comes and then recognizes that it's way off frame, so she doesn't have to worry too much about it. So just the one goal so far in this encounter. A 7th-minute item scored by Hakima Goodridge. And that's the difference between the two teams. Vespri again gets another ball inside. Goodridge still going, almost got the touch that she needed, but Daniel is going to win it back. They keep possession, and they still have possession. Good ball. Back it goes to Daniel, the captain. She's the one pulling the strings in midfield. And this is the one trying to finish things. Oh, she does well. She turns her back, gets it across, still going, gets it in there, and the goalkeeper comes. Moore does very well. She was under pressure, and she had to respond. And boy, did she come very, very brave indeed. And just took it off the boot of Mariah. But there's George again with a shot. She knows that she can strike the ball very well. She's not afraid to do so. And you can tell the different level, the ones who are a little more accomplished at this age. Ball again, won back by Five Rivers. They're trying to get numbers forward. And eventually probably just need to simplify the football a little bit instead of trying to run with it. Just pass it and get it back. I think that's probably the best advice for them, especially when they seem to be technically a little bit more advanced than their opponents. So they don't need to try to run with the ball too much. All they need to do is pass it and try and understand where they're going and where they need to go, or where they can go and get the ball back from their teammates. Still fighting, but again, the ball is going to be changing hands and changing hands quickly. It's another nice little ball played in there. Daniel, though, not able to get the handle on it. Matthews, she plays a nice little ball and probably trying to run too fast, too quickly before she actually received the ball. And it bounces away from her, Goodridge, because she had daylight there. And here she comes again, picks it up quickly now, starts to rotate down this left-hand side. That's a good early ball in, and taken away. Good football again. Opportunity to keep going. She's going, still going, stops it off the post. Wow. A brilliant run there from Bowman, and it just wouldn't go in for her. But brilliant work again. She just put that stab at it. The goalkeeper would have been beaten, and a corner conceded, but another brilliant run there from the youngster Amida Bowman, really knifing her way into the area to get the shot off. So after 19 and a half minutes, referee Cecile Hines has decided this is a good time for the players to get a little refreshment, and that is the goal. And everybody was worried about the first person there, which was Daniel, and they just left it at the back post. Yes, Daniel with that shot, that would have been a great effort there, a good goal. And look at this run. Everybody's going, thinking she was going to pass it. She kept it. Unfortunately, the post, she hit the wrong side of the post. Had she hit the inner portion, it probably still would have gone in. Instead, it bounced out back into play. So that's where we are, just about 20 minutes or so gone. And it's 1-0 in favor of Five Rivers Secondary, the East Zone champions. And then, of course, here's a big opportunity for you to get some parang in. Rome is in the house. Viva Jesus. And Hugo Carabeno. Remember the date, folks. Friday the 5th of December. That's this Friday. And so you don't want to miss out on that one. And Five Rivers, of course, they had a rematch with Sawa North Secondary in their East Zone final. They lost on penalties last year, Five Rivers, to Sawa North, but this year they took care of business, and and here they are now into the quarterfinals of the National Girls Intercol Competition 2025. So they've had a little refreshment and got a little chit-chat with their coaches. But it's going to be another corner kick to Five Rivers. Another brilliant one. The goalkeeper comes. She can't hold it. And they still can't get it out of the area. And it might very well still run there. Here they come again. A chance to get the ball across. She has a shot blocked. And another opportunity here with the shot come. But she got under it. And really from a good distance, what she had to do again is put it on frame. But what an opportunity there. That one came right across the goal. And nobody could redirect it towards goal, and when it's traveling at that speed, that's all they need, is a little redirection. There's the bench, the Five Rivers bench, and they're all probably keen to get out on the field and show their talents, but then again they might very well be happy to just sit there and watch their teammates run roughshod over their opponents today. Good ball again. Here comes Goodrich. Tries to play the ball into Daniel. Daniel turning. No chance. It takes the block it. Now we got another opportunity here. They come again. Good ball inside once more. That's good defense. Matthews. She loses out, but she gets it back. And now they get Vespri with a shot. Goes wide. Well, that was Bowman rather with the shot. And not able to get it on target. And Bowman is having a good game. She's coming more and more into the game. You can see some of their supporters filing in here to the Bolden Stadium. And this is a contrary to, forget the actual football itself or on the standard of play. This is a big occasion for these schools. And so it's good that they get the support from their classmates and from the alumni or the alumni, depending if it's a girls' school. And they're certainly deserving of that kind of support. Daniel again trying to squeeze it in, but they lose the handle on it. Here's Hector. She can't control it, but it's nicely handled there by Calderon. Holy Faith getting a little more comfortable on the ball, but this is where they run into problems because this young lady could pass the ball and this young lady could run with the ball. And here is goalkeeper Moore, very energetic. That's a good kick, just over the half line it goes, and not too unexpectedly. But she stays down, and her team is under pressure. So just momentarily there, Akira Charles kind of lost her footing, and but she stayed on for a while, but she seems to be okay. It's another foul throw. Remember, still to come, it's NAPARIMA against Presentation. This is the boys' South Zone Intercol final. Normally, a game like this would be played at the famed Skinner Park or even at the Maniram John Stadium. But today is the Atto Bolden Stadium is taking center stage. That's a great ball up. The control not the best. And it's going the other way, but only momentarily. Goodrich shapes nicely. Plays another ball inside. This is going to be dangerous here. She's on her way. Here goes Bowman. She should score. She does. 27 minutes in. It's 2-0 now. Ameda Bowman. So 2-0 it is now. Look at it. She made a run earlier, but the post denied her. Not on this occasion. She made absolutely certain, and you could see the joy on her face. She has scored in a National Intercol quarterfinal, and they can't change that. Question is, can she score some more? Good football again, and they're showing off now. Here comes Hector, and trying to get in there, Matthews. And for whatever reason, it just seems as if Charles might still be hurting from that little collision. And she just doesn't seem to be moving as freely as she was earlier. You see her just holding that left ankle. Here's your goal scorer again now, scampering forward. Here goes Bowman. Plays a ball forward. That's a little too strong though, because it's going to run to the goalkeeper. And she advances to ensure that she gets there first. And despite conceding the 2 goals, she's done pretty well for herself in goal. But she's under some pressure here now. Matthews plays a great ball. Is she onside? This could be more trouble here. Trying to play it across. She was hoping to pick out Goodrich, who was running as free as a bird down the middle of the goal. But that wall at the back there for Holy Faith Convent in Huggins got in the way yet again. To deny Herbert on that occasion. But Herbert is going to get another opportunity here now. Can she get the cross in? Nobody attacks her. They're just queuing up there. And really, she should have done better with that, you would think, Daniel. She just kind of sat there and waited for it to come down. And then she just sort of put her head on it when she could easily have faced the goal square on and probably put a much more controlled header. But these are chances that they're creating and not taking. And as you say, football is a strange old game, even though they're dominating at the moment. Ramirez. But again, it's one back, and Five Rivers able to get it up there. Here is Herbert again. She's off to the races once more. She's thinking of going past 2, still going. Loses it, but she's so quick. She knifes her way in, past a third. Then she gets the ball back inside. Here is Goodrich. She can make it 3. She turns and fires and scores. Brilliantly done. In the 30th minute of play, Hakima Goodrich scores her second of the afternoon. And the third for Five Rivers, and they are cruising at the moment. And right now, Holy Faith Convent, not sure what hit them, but it's a Five Rivers wave. This is more like a tsunami that is coming at them. trying their best, though, to keep going. Here is Mahadia. But again, knifing away in there. Here is Goodrich. She plays it across, and it's eventually cleared away. She might still get it, and it's stopped in, and it's a goal. It was always on the cards, and it was only a matter of time. In the 31st minute, Jada Herbert joining the scoring fray. Goal number 4 in the 31st. She certainly was deserving of a goal because she's the one doing all that running down that right-hand side, and nobody could seem to catch up with her. And even though she missed out on the first attempt because it was a good attempt of a cross by Goodrich, very unselfishly to try to get it to her, she couldn't, but eventually they were able to take advantage of some slack defending, and once again they're off and running. They're on the move once more. Ball played in. Here they go again. This could be dangerous. And another shot wide of the mark. Herbert showing that she had, or Daniel rather, showing that she has good control and good power in both legs. But she just tugged that one wide off that left foot. She pulled it, dragged it with the right, freed up the left, fired away, but tugged it wide. She is the other one who looks likely to score. But so far, she's been kept off the score sheet. But not so for Hakima George. She's been there twice. Bowman and Herbert also join in the fray. And they might get another bite at the cherry here. The ball is still bouncing around in the area. Now, stifling her way through. Opportunity here, still battling for it. And this is good work. And then the ball kind of stuck between her legs, and then she was just kind of jumping. The referee blew the foul against her. And but it looked very skillful indeed, and it just shows you how in tune she is of where she was on the field, because she was just about getting ready to crack another bullet at goal when the whistle blew. Battling away here, still trying to get in there. Hector, not giving up. And then eventually, her persistence pays off. That's a good ball. Gets it all the way over to Vespri. Vespri plays it forward to no one in particular, but the ball has just been allowed to bounce there. And now, good football, turning away. But she runs into a wall, and that wall involves who, Herbert, who just scored. And I'm sure would be looking to get her name on the score sheets again. Another opportunity, knifing away inside, still going. Can she get the cross in now? Looking for something. The 3 players around her. Who is going to help her? She turns again. Now she gets the cross in. Nobody home. And after all that running, here's Herbert with a brilliant cross, just wide. That could so easily have nestled in the far corner there. But you could just see the danger because the goalkeeper was badly out of position. She was more to the front post, and that ball was sailing coming into the back post. Look at it, first time effort, and you could see, look at where the keeper is, and the ball was dipping over her head. Luckily for her, it wasn't on frame. Still 4-0. What a first half this has been for Five Rivers, as they took control of this game early, and they haven't let up at all. They're looking for more, and just wide. Well, another bullet going at goal there, and Mariah Matthews wasn't too far off. And but this stage here, they might be thinking, wait, let's see if we can get 5 before the half. Remember, these are 40-minute halves, so they have about 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes, unofficially, to complete this first half. They've really pitched camp in the Holy Faith half of the field, and as a result, they have 4 goals to show for their efforts. But this young lady, despite the 4 goals, has done very well for her team. She's under pressure here because this girl here now, Herbert, is dangerous. She slides past one, plays it back inside, opportunity over the bar. Well, you could just see Matthews doing well, pulling away from the defender, got into position, swung her foot, but she got under it. So a little bit of cloud cover to give the players a little respite from the hot sun. But still, Matthews trying to get in there. Here she goes again. This could be interesting. If she gets the return ball, there it goes. Shot misses. Well. But she would have been offside, so it would not have counted. But that was a great opportunity there for Beaumont to tack on another one. She again got into position, Amanda Bowman, but she just probably took her eyes off of it and hit it more with the heel than with the middle of that right foot. So 37.5 minutes gone unofficially. And for it looks like Goodrich seems to be out of compliance. I think she came off the field and she has to change the boot, change the socks right now. And so she has to get a new pair. Or a different pair. She has to turn it around. That's essentially what it is. The shin guards, and it's for her own safety that they wear shin guards at all times. This is good from Holy Faith. Still trying to get there. She gets a shot off, and the goalkeeper bubbles it, but then she's able to scramble back and take control of the ball. But not a bad effort there from, looks like my Harris, who was trying to knife her way forward there. So still, they're down to 10 men, 5 Rivers. That's because Goodrich is off the field. Fixing her equipment. Here they go again, ball played away, Matthews getting it upfield, Herbert looking for something and trying to get it over there to her teammate, but again the ball might have been a handle ball there, but you could just see the intent. They're trying to get those early diagonal balls in, and it's causing all sorts of problems for the Holy Faith defense. And the ball again is won back initially, and they're off to the races once more. Bowman, can she keep this one? And she does. Gets it on her left foot, turns back with it, has support, gets it to Vespri. Vespri now looking to knife her way in. She has a shot at goal, bubbles, and eventually Moore tidies up. Not the most powerful of shots. The good thing is she kept it on frame. She might get another bite of the cherry here as the ball is allowed to bounce, and it's going to run out of play. Casilla not able to hold it in. Good ball. Matthew plays it up there. Bowman free as a bird again. Still going. Nice pass one. Looking for more. Still going. And then eventually she's brought down And that's because Huggins is, again, the big stopper at the back. They're taking no prisoners. So this is going to be a free kick to Five Rivers. They're already up 4-0. Can they make it 5 in the first 40? They have good numbers up. They have two, actually, they only have 2 players in attack. I thought by now they would have thrown in a third and probably even a 4th player in there. And now we see a 3rd player going in. And also going in there, Vespri is also going up as well. Here is the shot, comes in, bounces, but goes straight to goalkeeper Moore. And that is the final whistle, the final bit of action in the first half to send the players into the dressing rooms. And at the half, Five Rivers are the ones who are celebrating the most. They're halfway there, but they're well on their way to a place in the semi-finals of the National Intercol, because in this quarter-final encounter, they are up over Holy Faith Convent of COUVA by 4-0. Hakima Goodridge in the 7th, Ameda Bowman in the 27th, Hakima Goodridge again in the 30th, and Jada Herbert in the 31st. So that is the very latest here at the Atto Bolden Stadium. It's 4-0 for Five Rivers over Holy Faith at the half.
I come from when ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it.
Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Miss Ocean. Put a butt on the fire, bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over.
It's your cocoa love, make the thing catch a fire. It's your cocoa love, raise the temperature higher, heat me up.
Yo, it's room! Naps Paradise Parang. I will be there live Friday the 5th of December. We heading down to Offside Restaurant and Lounge down in the Southland, down in South Park. You don't want to miss this. You're going to get a live performance like no other. I come in and hit all my hits. Naps alumni, big up yourself. It's room. I'm going to be there. So make sure and grab your tickets, grab your friends, grab the family. Come down the road and have a nice time, because it's Christmas.
Ay, 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 yeah. Neighbor, wake up, neighbor. Neighbor, wake up, neighbor.
I come from when ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it.
Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Miss Ocean. Put a butt on the fire, bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubbling it's over.
It's your cocoa love, make the thing catch a fire. It's your cocoa love, raise the temperature higher, heat me up.
Yo, it's room! Naps Paradise Parang. I will be there live Friday the 5th of December. We heading down to Offside Restaurant and Lounge down in the Southland, down in South Park. You don't want to miss this. You're going to get a live performance like no other. I come in and hit all my hits. Naps alumni, big up yourself. It's room. I'm going to be there. So make sure and grab your tickets, grab your friends, grab the family. Come down the road and have a nice time. Because it's Christmas.
Ay, 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 yeah. Neighbor, wake up, neighbor. Neighbor, wake up, neighbor.
I come from when ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it.
Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Miss how she put up on the fire. Bubble in it's over. Miss how she raise the temperature higher, higher, temperature higher. Over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over.
It's your cocotia love. Make the thing catch a fire. It's your cocotia love. Raise the temperature higher. Heat me up.
Yo, it's room! Naps Paradise Parang. I will be there live Friday the 5th of December. We heading down to Offside Restaurant and Lounge down in the Southland, down in South Park. You don't want to miss this. You're going to get a live performance like no other. I come in and hit all my hits. Naps alumni, big up yourself. It's room. I'm going to be there. So make sure and grab your tickets, grab your friends, grab the family. Come down the road and have a nice time. Because it's Christmas.
Ay, 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 yeah. Neighbor, wake up, neighbor. Neighbor, wake up, neighbor.
I come from when ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it.
Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Miss how she put up on the fire. Bubble in it's over. Miss how she raise the temperature higher, higher, temperature higher. Put up on the fire. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over.
It's your cocotia love. Make the thing catch a fire. It's your cocotia love. Raise the temperature higher. Heat me up.
Yo, it's room! Naps Paradise Parang. I will be there live Friday the 5th of December. We heading down to Offside Restaurant and Lounge down in the Southland, down in South Park. You don't want to miss this. You're going to get a live performance like no other. I come in and hit all my hits. Naps alumni, big up yourself. It's room. I'm going to be there. So make sure and grab your tickets, grab your friends, grab the family. Come down the road and have a nice time. Because it's Christmas.
Ay, 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 yeah. Neighbor, wake up, neighbor. Neighbor, wake up, neighbor.
I come from when ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it.
Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Miss Ocean. Put up on the fire. Bubble in your bubble in it's over. Miss Ocean. Raise the temperature higher, higher, temperature higher. Put up on the fire. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over. Bubble in your bubble, bubble in it's over.
It's your cocoa love. Make the thing catch a fire. It's your cocoa love. Raise the temperature higher. Heat me up.
Yo, it's room! Naps Paradise Parang. I will be there live Friday the 5th of December. We heading down to Offside Restaurant and Lounge down in the Southland, down in South Park. You don't want to miss this. You're going to get a live performance like no other. I come in and hit all my hits. Naps alumni, big up yourself. It's room. I'm going to be there. So make sure and grab your tickets, grab your friends, grab the family. Come down the road and have a nice time. Because it's Christmas.
Ay, 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 yeah. Neighbor. Wake up, neighbor. Neighbor. Wake up, neighbor.
Thank you very much, and welcome back to the Bolden Stadium, where we're getting ready for second half action in this encounter. This is the National Intercol Girls quarter-final clash between East Zone champions Five Rivers. They were 1-0 winners over Sour North in the semi-final, and Holy Faith Convent of COUVA, they are the Central Zone champions. They were 3-0 winners over Carpichima. And but they are under the gun here, 4-0 is the scoreline. And they have some work to do, if you know what I mean, to try to get back in the swing of things here. So they have some work to do to try to, first they have to try to at least get on the score sheet and then try to work their way up to see if they could erase a 4-goal deficit. But based on first half evidence, that's going to take some doing. And that's because the ladies from Five Rivers have been exceptional in the first half, especially this young lady you just saw there, and the ball is one back. This is the young lady I'm speaking about. She's here, there, and everywhere, Herbert, the national youth team star, and showing you just why that she continues to do well. And here they come again, another opportunity to get the ball in. Free as a bird at the back post. The control, though, is not the best. And the substitute Warner, who's just come on, is able to take it away. But certainly was a big, big opportunity there for the captain, Daniel. And her control let her down on that occasion. So it's another bright start for Five Rivers. Now they decide to play this one short, so they're changing it up quite nicely and looking for something else. Here, there's a deflection. That's going to be another corner kick. This time on the opposite side, you could just see Hackett, Tashana Hackett, taking aim and firing. Unfortunately for her, it took a deflection. So nice cool conditions here now, a little bit of breeze. So good conditions for these young ladies. That's another good ball in, but again, only gray shirts there. And they're not able to, can they get it out of harm's way? Matthews comes and intercepts. She gets it across, and the return ball, though, is not a good one. And, doing very well here she goes. She's been having a good game, trying to play the ball inside. There is Joseph, but it's lost. And now coming away with it, Hackett. She too loses the handle, but she's so strong. She battles back, and then she really just brushes her opponent aside. Basdeo just went sprawling as Hackett was fighting back to try to regain possession after losing the ball. But Basdeo was not prepared to just give up, so she was still fighting for everything. And here's a shot at goal, but it's going to bounce and it's going to go wide. So I don't think Moore needed to worry too much, but you could see the thought pattern there, and you could see what she was trying to do. She saw the goalkeeper, who was taking a goal kick way out of her goal area, and it was wide of the goal on the left-hand side, but she was able to get back in her goal when she realized that the kick wasn't the best and that they were going to come back at her quickly. Now, more problems here for them. Bowman gets the ball across. This could be interesting. Trying to turn onto the right foot, has the shot stifled. Matthews was looking for goal number 3 there. More running. Just when she's on her way. This could be another goal. Can she get the shot off? No, she can't. And again, doing excellent work. There's young Joseph coming across. Krista Joseph. With the interception, she concedes a corner all the same. But she's getting a good workout at the back there, and she's equal to the task so far, doing very, very well. But it's still 4-0. That was the halftime score. Now, can they tack on another one now? We're in the 5th minute of the second half. As this one comes in, that's a good turn. Still trying to get there, but once more, it's going to be another corner. You can just see Mariah Matthews there trying her best to turn in the area. It's a little bit crowded. So here we go again, another chance. Can they get another ball in? Actually knocks her teammates down, and then the little stab is wide again. Getting there first was Bowman, but not able to get it on target. In fact, she just toe poked it high and wide. So this is dangerous because they're not that strong technically, and they're going to give the ball away in the area. And then, this should be a goal. It is as easy as you like it. In the 47th minute of play, again the ball just squirted across the face of the goal, and really it was like as easy as taking candy from a baby. And that's her hat trick on the day there for Goodrich. And so she has 3. It's now 5-0. Hakima Goodrich. Here they come again as they're driving forward. They have good numbers up there. In fact, both of them seem to leave the ball and still trying to get in there. And now it falls here. This is a good effort just over the bar. Again, good initiative there from Mariah Matthews. But she couldn't get it to come down in time. So again, a hat-trick for Hakima Goodrich. She scored in the 7th, then in the 30th, and then in the 47th minute of play. As the crowd continues to build here at the Addo Bolden Stadium. And here they are again having difficulty getting the ball out of the danger zone. Ramirez. And just trying to knife away there, Miharis, but not able to elude the sturdy defender. Of Hackett and Company. That's a good ball, but again, they lose the handle and still fighting for it there. Calderon and coming across and doing. Charles coming across and doing the dirty work, as they say. But just for the moment there, you could see Calderon just not able to get the ball away. As they get it onto the boot now of Herbert. Herbert, one of the national youth team standout. Certainly one for the future. This is Barasdeo. She's trying to get it down, but Ken Herbert fighting. Can't seem to get it from under her feet. Just that little reflection took it away. And then a shot going forward there from Ramirez. But again, not on target. So again, it's really about the experience for a number of the spectators here. Many of them may not have played football at school. No, holy faith. Just as she seemed to be getting the handle on things, the ball struck the hand and it's going the other way, but only just. Now Matthews, she's already scored 3. Can she get another one here? Here is the cross. That's not a bad ball at all. That's brilliant work again from Herbert. It runs all the way over to Daniel. She plays it back and they're building now. This could be another one. Bowman plays it inside. Chance. Still, they have possession. Lovely work. Shot. Scores. Goal number 4 for Matthews. In the 52nd minute of play, Hakima Matthews makes it 6. Hakima Goodridge, I should say. Hakima, because Matthews should have taken the shot initially, but she elected to dribble and then lost it. But there was Goodridge to take advantage. So she has now scored 4 goals. So she has a beaver trick. And this young lady is doing very well. Krista Joseph and Ramirez trying her best, but she's up against Calderon, and Calderon not giving up just like that. And in the end, Calderon wins a throw-in for her team. Hackett with the throw to Goodridge. But again, coming back and helping out is Meharis. For a moment there, it looked like that ball came off of Herbert last, but the referee's assistant says otherwise. So it's going to be Tashana Hackett with the throw-in, but Barasdeo does very well. And there is a shot to the face, and she took it flush on the face as she was running forward, Meharis. And she is down for the count, as they say. Aliyah Meharis from almost a point-blank range, all inadvertent. And you can see her teammate showing real concern for her. And you don't want to see this, and again, she might just be, you're not quite sure where it hit her. It might just hit her flush in the face, or it might hit her the side of the head. But it was some so close that she didn't get time to really react. And well, she might be having a little bit of a headache right now. But she's back on her feet, and she gets a nice round of applause from a very sporting group of spectators who are just happy to see that she's A-OK. And pretty soon she should be rejoining the action here at the Addo Bolden Stadium. Goodridge, Goodridge again, trying to get it in there, and Matthews was thinking goal. And still they're fighting for everything. And Herbert is still going in there. Opportunity, trying to run with the ball. It's back with Herbert. She has a shot from distance and it just skims wide. So a great opportunity for them. So Moore's free kick. Not very far, but they get the win possession now. She's looking for something on the inside. Ramirez trying to get in. Actually, Mijares trying to get in there, and but it's just taken away from her. So 6 goals to nothing, and really a big output for them, and they're looking for more here now. And there is the goal scorer. She's trying to get her captain going, and she just can't seem to get something directly. And every time she seems to have it, but this lady has the scoring touch right now. She has 4 already, and she's looking for a 5th. Again, her kicks are getting shorter and shorter, and Matthews and Herbert, they're taking advantage. She's going to knife her way in. This could be another goal. Saved brilliantly, and then eventually it's cleared away. Great defending there in the end, and so she stood tall there and made sure that it didn't go past her. Grodin did very well, but she concedes a corner. So here is the kick again. It's Herbert, Jada Herbert. That's a brilliant ball in, and just deflected away. And then the ball runs further in. Another deflection. And this now could be problems here, because she's trying to get it on that favored right foot. And then she's brought down, but the referee says no penalty. Although she did kind of get herself into a little bit of a tangle there, Amida Bowman. And again, putting in the challenge there was Huggins, who's really a real wall at the back there, Azaria Huggins. And then they just give the ball right back to Five Rivers. They're cruising right now, 6 goals, 4 in the first half. They already have 2 in the second half, and looking for more. Hackett throws it in, and Bastille does very well, but she's so light, she's just brushed aside. And still fighting. That's good football, never giving up. And they may still be under pressure here, though. Ball flicked on, and that should be a handle ball, but the referee says play on. Look who's there. Turns it inside, and they still can't get it to the captain, Danielle, who Vespri loses the handle. She fires, hits the referee, and referee Cecile Hines couldn't get out of the way in time, and now she has to do a bump ball. So she's going to give it back to Five Rivers. They decided they're going to pass it, and look who has it. Matthews, and she fires, or Goodrich rather, fires away, squares it up again, trying to get it back, all the way back there to Vespri, but it's intercepted, and Ramirez fighting for all it's worth. And no, actually, that is the Meharis. She's still going, but then she loses out, coming back and doing very well, Calderon. And now Hackett coming forward, looking for some support, realizes that she has space down that right-hand side, still going, cuts inside nicely, and then she loses the handle on it. Goodrich, again, plays a great ball down the right-hand side, and opportunity for the return ball. Now it falls to Danielle. She turns back onto her left foot, has a crack, saved by the goalkeeper. Very good football again, and you could just see the understanding between Herbert and Danielle, as well as Matthews, Bauman, and Goodrich. They have a pretty good understanding, and here they come again, Vespri, to bring it out from the back. Good clearance once more from Calderon. She gets it back in the middle. Here's Hector. Hector trying to get it to her captain, and a little bubble there, but that should be a handle ball, and Hector was going one way, the ball spun. You can read the spin of that one. So a chance for refreshments as the players get a chance to get a drink in this Coca-Cola Intercal National Quarter-Final. Girls with the Eastern champions, Five Rivers Secondary, continuing their little purple patch after the bitter disappointment of a year ago when they lost to Sanwo in the East Zone final. Well, they avenged that, and now they want more as they eye a place in the semi-finals. And right now they're on cruise control. 6-0 it is at the moment. So, with 6 goals already in the bag, and again laying siege on the goal of Holy Faith Convent, COUVA, the girls from Five Rivers are really just trying to cap off a fine evening. What they need to do is avoid injuries as much as possible. They have this game well in hand, and what they need to do is avoid injuries and avoid cards, so that they don't have any sort of suspensions for the big semi-finals. And remember, these games are coming thick and fast now, so they don't have much time to rest on their laurels. And so they just have to be smart now and just manage the game the rest of the way. Under 20 minutes, in fact, 64 minutes gone already in this one. Remember, these are 80-minute games, 40-40. So an opportunity here now for them to, here's her, but again, she's looking to knife her way forward. Plays a good ball. Here is Goodridge already has a couple goals to her name, you'd have to say. That's 4 of them. She again plays the ball across. Now, certainly the captain will score from here. Instead, she gives it up. And Vespri was looking for a kicking foot there and couldn't find any. Good turn. Great turn, as a matter of fact. She plays it inside. And here's the shot. Eventually, it's Bowman with the shot. Turns nicely. Can she get the cross in? And that's a good ball. Hackett. It falls once again, and it's almost as if Daniel has gone into a shell there because nothing seems to be falling her way. She does get a crack and scores! Well. It's not a goal that she probably would remember for any length of time, but they all count. 66 minutes now. Shaquila Daniel finally gets her name on the tins, and that makes it 7-0. But you could just see that they were so much in control that it was only a matter of time before she would get one. And this young lady, but she loses out here now. Can she go? Still going. Danielle still running, still trying to get there. In fact, had she stuck out her foot, she might have been able to intercept that one. Good early ball, and can't get the handle on it. And now they're off to the races, and but able to win it back. And Vespri again is trying to get forward. This is a good run from her. Takes it on, takes pass, knifes inside, looks up, sees that she has support up there, but and this one hits Danielle in her sternum, it looks like, and she goes down. And you could just see Joseph apologizing, not intentional, but Joseph is having a really good game. Herself and Huggins. Huggins has faded a little bit. In fact, you look at her, she seems to be carrying some kind of an injury. But she's not as active as she was in the first half. But I think all's well, that ends well, and we see Shaquila Daniel is back on her feet. And here she gets the ball. Now she has a shot. It's going to bounce, and well. It could so easily have gone right through the gate, but she trapped it in between her legs and denies Daniel. Daniel still fighting, plays it off here. This could be another one here. Goodridge across the goal. It's an own goal. No off the post, and there she is. Right on spot, there's Herbert, Jada Herbert, with her second. So in the 68th minute, Jada Herbert with her second of the evening. She makes it an even 8 now. 4 in the first half, 4 in the second half. And we still have some time here. We have about 11 minutes, or almost 11 and a half minutes, unofficially, possibly even more. So they could probably get it to double figures. 8. There's that old television series. 8 is enough. But will they ascribe to that? Who knows? Now a chance. And that's a handle ball. The referee, of course, obligated to blow that. It was too deliberate. I think the Presentation College faithfuls who have gathered here, as well as the counterparts from NAPARIMA, will be happy to see Sean Cooper in the house, the former coach of Presentation, who has been serving a suspension for a while now, almost a year, and almost as if there's no conclusion. But let's see if there's more goal scoring here. And they're still going forward. Cuts inside. That's good football again. Got the shot off. And we're able to knife their way, but doing very well. Bowman does well. Forgot the ball, though, on that occasion. And now they have to defend. This Calderon, she's as tough as nails. Not the quickest and not the biggest, but she's not giving up. Ramirez knifes it forward. And but they have good numbers up now. It's 3v3. All the same. They can't get it now. Vespri, she plays the ball forward. Goodridge, nice away past Huggins. She's off to the races. Can she get her a goal? Still going. And then eventually it's played into touch for another corner kick. But she had an opportunity to square it. You could see Herbert there, just standing and waiting all by her lonesome. The ball never got there. So 8 goals to nothing. It was 4-0 at the half. And the story, of course, is Hakima Goodridge with 4 of those goals. Daniel has 1. Herbert has 2. Here is the kick, and here's Herbert on her left foot now. She plays it back inside, and that's the young lady they'd like to get going, Matthews, but she can't seem to get. Another one bounces there, but great work by Moore again. And you can see she's not a polished goalkeeper by any stretch of the imagination, but boy, she's gutsy. And she has conceded 8 goals already, but don't tell her that. She's still going to fight for everything. Ramirez trying to go past the defense, but there are too many in that wall at the back. 4 or 5 Rivers. Eight goals to nothing. Now a substitution is about to be made for 5 Rivers. I think they get to do that all over again. So a real festive atmosphere here despite the scoreline. And I think the fans will be happy they've seen 8 goals. Joseph trying to get involved here now, but here she comes now with a great ball, and off to the races. Daniel, could she get her second? And she goes down in the area, and no penalty. Certainly Huggins clipped her legs, but the referee says play on. And now Goodridge, she's gonna go the long way around. She takes up one, goes past the other with the cross, trying to hook it back, only for it to be cleared. So total dominance here by the 5 Rivers outfit, the East Zone champions flexing their muscles. And we're going to have a substitution. Zendaya Burnley is coming on, and Hector is coming off. So Giovanna Hector gets a chance to a breather. So it's going to be a corner kick now. So they are just looking to put the finishing touches on this one. Very good evening. Ball played in again. And the bounce is going to fall nicely here for her, but she's going to fire away. Stings the hands of the goalkeeper. And she does very, very well yet again. And there's something about this young lady, like I said. She's not the finished product. And not by any stretch of the imagination, but there is something there, and it's really up to the coaches to be able to bring it out whenever they need a goalkeeper, because she has the heart of a goalkeeper. Ball played in there. She's determined as ever, and she's not going to just sit badly by. Now, not a goal over the bar. Oh, again, great skill once more from Goodridge. Only this time she got under it and skied it. That was a save. That one really hurt. But again, quickly reacts to it and smothers it. Brilliant work again from J.L. Moore. In goal for the girls from Holy Faith. And just missing out here now. Again is Goodridge. So maybe 4 is all she used to score today. And another day she alone might have had 8 herself. It's just not going in for her right now. And it seems as if they're going to get another opportunity. And still it's it's almost there, and then it's taken away. Hackett trying to get in there. The referee says no play on, and no foul. Finally, the whistle goes, so it's going to be a free kick to Five Rivers. Just outside of the center circle. And we're going to have another substitution for Five Rivers. Well, it seems as if there is some confusion as to who is going to leave. The number 19 doesn't have on her boots. So, for whatever reason, she's going to have to wait. And it seems as if the first substitution is the number 6. She comes on for Hackett. And so that is Peters, Sarai Peters. And also coming off is the multiple goal scorer, Hakima Goodridge. And she is being replaced by Khalifa Allen. So they're just trying to sort it all out. It's taken a while. And I think the players are probably changing boots at the moment. So they're going to go with what they have, and they're probably down 2 players right now. Will it make a difference? Not much. And here's another ball stabbed forward, but easily handled by Moore. Bowman trying to turn, loses out. This could be interesting here now. Chance here for the Harris. Can she get something going? But she's upended, and still they can't get it out of harm's way. Now they are able to come away with it. Matthews, but her pass is not a good one, and done very well, Basdeo, but she loses the handle on it, and Herbert runs into problems, but she's so quick. The National Youth Team star still going, goes past one, goes past another, and then she swings the ball back inside. It's going to be picked up by Matthews once more. She turns nicely and is on her way once again, has a shot to goal, but it's going to fall here for you-know-who. Daniel turns, still going, beats one, beats another. Is she going to cut inside? And as she is being harassed, she's looking for the whistle. It never came. But she had done all the spade work and was looking for something from the referee there, but she got nothing. Now here is Calderon playing in a little more advanced position now as the substitutions have been made, and Bowman nice away in and scores. Brilliantly done. Almeida Bowman gets her second of the evening in the 81st minute unofficially. So Almeida Bowman makes it 9-0 now, and we're not quite sure how much time is left, but the referee takes a look at a watch. The whistle could come any minute now, and there it is, the final whistle in this one. 9-0 is the final score in this one. 4 in the first half, 5 in the second half. And of course, the story of the day has to be the 4 goals scored by Hakima Goodrich. She scored 2 in the first half and 2 in the second half. A beaver trick for the young striker. And on another day, she probably would have scored twice as many. She had that many chances. She was denied on a couple of occasions by the brilliant J.L. Moore in goal for Holy Faith Convent. But they never really threatened the goal at the other end of Akila George. So she had a relatively quiet afternoon, but she will be just as pleased as anybody else. And I know that the Five Rivers supporters are over the moon right now as they celebrate a big 9-0 victory over Holy Faith Convent. But more importantly, they're through to the semi-finals of the National Intercol for Girls 28-25, the Coca-Cola Intercol. And I'm sure they will take that and smile. So that's the latest here, 9-0. Again, Hakima George in the 7th. Almeida Bowman in the 27th, Hakima George again in the 30th, and Jada Herbert in the 31st. It was 4-0 at the half, but in the second half it was George again in the 47th and again in the 52nd to get a hat-trick, and then her beaver trick. The 66, Shaquilla Daniel finally got on the tins with a goal, her only goal of the evening. Jada Herbert added her second in the 68th, and then Bowman added her second in the 81st minute. To 4 of them, 2 Goodrich, 2 each to Bowman and Herbert, and then Daniel had one, and of course so what a fine evening for the Five Rivers outfit. As we leave you for the moment, but remember to stay with us, because coming up, as you can see out there, it's NAPARIMA College up against Presentation College, both of them from San Fernando. Both of them have been here before, and in fact, they have history, if you know what I mean, and I'm sure they're looking forward to doing this one and getting this one started as quickly as possible. And it's anybody's guess how this one will go. But Naps won the Premier Division for a 5th time earlier, so they would probably start as slight favorites, but this is the derby. And when you have a derby, anything can happen. So we wait to see what transpires. But stay with us. That is coming up shortly.